Hey YouTubers, my name is Ace and you're watching the Ace Station. What happens when you take Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy 12, .hack and throw it in a blender? Well, you get White Knight Chronicles for the PlayStation 3. Let's start things off with the graphics. Graphics are not the highlight of this game. Nothing too special stands out here. A few details might catch your eye and you'll possibly respond with a semi-enthusiastic "ooh." The colors are bright and cheerful and give off a cartoony impression. The character models are average. I personally think the ones you find on Phantasy Star are slightly more detailed, but the game does feature free-flowing cloth effects which was nicely executed. The locations you visit around the game feature some interesting structures to look at, along with a couple of nice-looking waterfalls and colorful flowers to add some beauty to the game. There is a lot to see when traveling on your journeys. And with the in-game camera, you can take screenshots to either share with friends or simply attach them to your adventure journal. Moving along to sound, I personally like the music in this game. When visiting a town, you are greeted with a warm, welcoming tune while in the shopping districts. The music is transitional depending on the environment you travel, and tenses up in the battle sequences as well, geared to pump you up while taking out the baddies. Sound effects show no weakness here either. When wandering the lands, you'll hear various sounds that go along with whatever's happening around you. The game offers a lot of ear candy, so keep them open. While fighting, you will hear a variety of sounds from the different grunts and deaths of monsters you kill, the sounds of swords being unsheathed, the crescendoing magic spells you cast, to your chattering teammates proclaiming their undying loyalty. Now, I have a love-hate situation here. The teammates talk amongst themselves as you travel, and the conversations changes as you move location to location, which is really cool. However, the downside is, if you're grinding in an area, you'll start to hear them repeat what they say, and they'll do it a lot. Talking about gameplay, moving around is simple. You have full 360 control. You can switch among teammates, and as a side note, you can only have 3 in a party at a time. You have an auto-run feature which is welcomed and comes in handy for the long run. Now as for the battle situations, fighting is a clone of Final Fantasy 12 for the most part. The monsters are visible while you run around, and as your party approaches them, they draw their weapons and continue with a turn-based battle. During this, you will have full control of your chosen character, which you can switch at any time during the fight. A gauge will appear, and once full, you can take action. After each feat, the gauge resets and refills until your next turn. Armor affects how fast your gauge fills up, and I will talk about this more later. Also, as you fight, you have an AC meter that builds up over time. The AC meter allows you to pull off more powerful moves and combos. Combos are totally customizable, and it allows you to combine all your powers into a single group. The larger the combo, the more AC it drains. To build it back up, simply fight using basic attacks that require no AC, and you will see it fill up again. The name White Knight. It's got to be for a reason, right? Well, the main character of the game has the ability to turn into a giant white knight. With enough AC, you'll transform into this massive beast to help gain advantage in battle situations. The primary focus of this feature is to take out other giants. Kinda goes along with the pick on somebody your own size expression. After you win in the battle, like any other RPG, you gain XP. As soon as you gain a level, you'll earn points, which is what you'll use to train in whatever you want each teammate to specialize in, which leads us into the menu. The menu screen is where you'll find information on each character, change out equipment, train abilities, create combos, and set up your attacks. Let's start with equipment. Equipment offers protection, but it also affects your action gauge in battle. The heavier the equipment, the longer it takes to fill up. A little advice from me to you. When you get higher level, try removing your armor and get into some fights. It's a gamble, but you can take out a monster a level or 2 higher than you. How is that possible? Well, when you land a hard swing, you can disrupt a monster's action, allowing you to continue hacking at them, reducing the chances of them hitting you. Now, training your teammates is actually pretty cool. As I said before, when you level up, you earn points that you can pump into whatever you want that character to specialize in. You can choose from sword and shield, two-handed swords, black mage, polearm, bow, axe, white magic, and staff. You can also mix it up. For example, be a fighter/mage. The choices are limited to your imagination. Now, as for setting up attacks and combos, let's say you're a fighter and you unlock 3 skills. One is thrust, another is flame slash, and the last one is windmill, which is a spinning maneuver. Now, just because you learn these skills doesn't mean you can use them just yet. You need to assign them to your combat list bar. Picture an MMORPG game. You have 3 panels you can assign your attacks to. These will be the only abilities your characters can use in battle. If you have nothing in the panel assigned, you won't be able to fight. Now you can also create combos and combine them into a single attack. The higher your level, the more attacks you can put into a combo. But let's just use the 3 skills I chose: Thrust, Flame Slash, and Windmill. I simply select the create combo option and assign those 3 into it. You must take note that all combos use AC. As you add an attack, monitor how much it will cost you to use. I also observed that in order to use this combo, it would cost me 4 AC points in battle. Once I'm happy with the results, the game will ask you to name it. After you name your new masterpiece, you'll need to assign it to your combat list. Then you're done. Moving on to items. Throughout the world, you'll be doing a lot of gathering items, involving prospecting of sorts, from ore to flowers, crystals, wood parts to monsters, etc. These items are used to create better equipment. Eventually in the game, you'll have the ability to take older weapons and create superior tools. It follows with a list of ingredients used to create these things. Also, it serves another purpose, which brings us to our next topic, the Geonet. What is Geonet, you ask? Well, it's an offline-online community which you can make friends and party up to take on quests. When you first log online, the first thing that catches your eye is the .hack resemblance. Here you will find a mailbox, friends list, a message board, adventure journal, where you can literally write down your adventures and share them with the world, and you'll also find the gateway to hometown. In Geonet, you get to have your own town, which you get to build and expand upon, and even name. You can also recruit people to work in it as well. You'll find these people in the cities in the offline story mode of the game. You'll get workers by simply running up to them, and if you meet their requirements, you can send them to work for you. The point of this town is to grow resources for yourself and people who visit. You can have miners to mine crystals and ore, you can have warriors to hunt beasts for items, and chefs and farmers to handle ingredients. You can also add stores for equipment, items, and much more. The store's inventories reflect on what you've focused on your village. If you focused on warriors, that upgrades the inventory of your weapons shop. If you focused on miners, chefs, and farmers, that will upgrade the inventory of your item shop. Your town becomes a hub for all players online, and they can visit to buy things or simply start quests to go on. The online quests differ from the story mode. When you're playing the offline game, you'll come across adventure guilds where you can purchase missions. You can play offline or online. You also have a guild rank, which you can only increase by doing these guild missions. There are huge advantages to building up your rank. For one, it allows you to buy more guild missions, it allows you to expand your town, and it also finally permits you to see more things on online stores. Now, if you visit a high-level ranking online guild city while your rank is low, you won't get to see the entire online inventory the stores have to offer. When I played the game, I focused on building up my city, and I posted on the online message board that I have high-level weapons and items available. People started flooding in, but what I didn't realize, that low guild rank people couldn't see all the high level stuff, only the inventory that matches their levels, so keep that in mind. I should note, for those who do not wish to play online or simply do not have an online connection, you can still build your city offline and do the guild quests. You can find rare weapons and items in guild quests not found in the story mode, so take advantage of this. Onward to my opinion. Things to know. When you start the game for the first time, you will create your own character. This character is interestingly enough not the start of the game. You're rather a tag-along to the story's cast members. You'll appear in all the cutscenes but take no real part in conversation or anything for that matter. The real purpose of the character creation is it will be your Geonet character, so make sure you're happy with what he or she looks like, because once you start the game, you won't be able to change their appearance later. The story takes roughly 30 hours to beat. It's not a long game at all. Some people are venting, but there are some people who don't mind it because it's all about the online play. When you beat the game, you can start it over, keeping your items in level, and in turn find better items your second way through. The story mode is just grounds for the online portion. For example, trying to build a better town, trying to collect rare items to build rare equipment is always fun to do. Overall, the people online are nice, and they have a blast on the message boards. Some people joke and say White Knight is the new MySpace. In a sense, I think they are right. In addition, this game is also a planned trilogy, so make sure you keep your saved data. I say try White Knight Chronicles. It's worth the money, but if anything, worth a rent. It's fun and you'll have plenty to do. Well, that is everything I have to say about White Knight Chronicles for the PlayStation 3. Feel free to post comments and I'll reply accordingly. If you like my reviews, please subscribe and spread the word. I appreciate the support. In 2 weeks, I'll be posting a review on Heavy Rain for the PlayStation 3. My name is Ace, and thank you so much for watching the Ace Station.